He did everything right, worked harder than everyone and still lost. Not because he was lazy, but because he believed a lie. This story explains why hard work isn't enough. Have you ever felt like you're working harder than everyone else, yet somehow falling behind? You're first in, last out. Longer hours, more sacrifice. But the results don't match the effort. You're exhausted, burnt out, watching others pass you with half the struggle. If you're tired of being tired with nothing to show for it, this story matters. Because once there was a farmer who nearly destroyed his life by working too hard, until he learned the difference between effort and strategy. In a quiet farming valley lived a 32-year-old farmer named Thomas. He owned a modest 10-acre farm inherited from his father, and he believed in one thing above all else: hard work. Every day, Thomas woke up at 4 a.m. He planted seeds by hand, watered crops with buckets, pulled every weed himself. He refused modern tools. "My grandfather did it this way," he said. "Hard work is the only honest way." From sunrise to sunset, he worked. Bleeding hands, constant pain. At night, he collapsed into bed. Too tired to eat, too tired for his wife, Sarah. "You're killing yourself," she warned. "There has to be a better way." "Hard work never fails," Thomas replied. "I just need more of it." The neighbors admired him. "That man works like 3 men," they said. But admiration didn't pay bills. Despite working twice as long as anyone else, Thomas barely survived each season. His crops were average, his yields mediocre. His debts grew. Next door lived Richard, same age. Same land size, less starting money. Richard worked from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. He used irrigation systems, hired help during harvest, and spent evenings with his family. And somehow his farm produced twice as much. That reality haunted Thomas. Then came a drought. Water was scarce. Every farmer faced the same problem. Thomas doubled down. He woke up at 3 a.m. carrying buckets from a distant well, 50 trips a day. "Hard work never fails," he repeated, even as his body broke down. Richard adjusted his irrigation system, watering efficiently during cooler hours. On the 15th day, Thomas collapsed midfield. The bucket slipped from his hands. Water soaked into dust. The doctor was blunt. "Your body is shutting down. Keep this up and you won't see the next harvest. Not because of the drought, but because you'll be dead." That night, Thomas felt something new: defeat. "I did everything right," he whispered. "Why am I failing?" Sarah answered quietly. "Maybe hard work isn't what you're missing." Days later, Thomas swallowed his pride and knocked on Richard's door. "I work twice your hours," Thomas said. "You get double the results." "How?" Richard brought out 2 axes, one dull, one sharp. "2 woodcutters," he said. "One swings for 12 hours without stopping. The other stops to sharpen his axe." Thomas swung the dull axe, barely a mark. Richard swung the sharp one. 3 strikes, the log split. "You've been swinging a dull axe for years," Richard said. Then he explained, "Systems beat effort. I build systems that work while I sleep. Focus beats hustle. I grow 2 crops well. You grow 5 poorly. Rest is strategy. Exhaustion creates bad decisions." "You're not failing because you don't work hard," Richard said. "You're failing because that's all you do." Thomas changed. Fewer hours. More thinking, better tools. Fewer crops, clear plans. He slept, he ate, he lived. 6 months later, his farm produced 40% more than his best year ever. Not because he worked harder, because every hour finally mattered. This isn't about farming. It's about anyone who believes suffering equals success. Hard work is necessary, but it's not enough. Before you push harder, ask, is there a better system? A sharper tool, a smarter focus? Stop swinging the dull axe. Sharpen it, because strategy beats exhaustion every single time.